Welcome to the Pet Pawcast for pet parents, pet lovers, and it's all about pets. I'm Lauren, a certified professional pet sitter and pet owner. I want to thank everyone for tuning into the show. Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to our first episode. I am so excited to be doing this podcast to share my knowledge of pets and pet care with all of you. Don't forget to subscribe to the Pet Pawcast to get notified when there are new episodes so you don't miss out on anything fun. First, I want to introduce myself. My name is Lauren. I am a certified professional pet sitter. I am also certified in pet first aid and CPR and the owner of a professional pet sitting company, The Pet Lady Limited. I am a pet parent to a 12-year-old Beagle Jack Russell mix, Sassy, and cat mom to two calico litter mates, Regina Phalange and Phoebe Buffet. And yes, I am a Friends fan. Today, we are going to discuss pet sitting, specifically the differences between using a professional pet sitter, an app sitter, and a hobby sitter, as well as why you should use a professional if possible. So, a professional pet sitter is someone who is typically affiliated with a professional organization, such as Pet Sitters International or the National Association of Professional Pet Sitters. They are typically personally bonded and insured, and typically pet sitting is their profession or main job. An app sitter is someone who works for WAG or Rover or an app-based service. These individuals typically are looking for additional income, are not individually bonded and insured, although WAG and Rover do insure their sitters. And hobby sitters are just that. They may be looking for additional income, or maybe a neighbor, friend, the high schooler down the street who really likes dogs and helps those close and near to them. So let's talk about why using a professional is what I recommend for the best route. Now, I'm not just saying this because I am a professional pet sitter, but I have had experience in doing all of the above, being a professional, working as an app sitter, and working as a hobby sitter. Back in high school, when I would babysit human clients, some of them would have pets in the home. My first experience caring for pets was helping out a family with care for their rabbit, Mr. Bunny. I would go every day and feed the rabbit, change its bedding, and some light socialization. Asking a friend or neighbor or babysitter can seem like a great idea, but you don't want to ask for too much, as it can become a burden to that person. Everyone has their own lives and things going on, and your pet may get good care from them, but visits may be short or at irregular times. Now, I'm not bashing anyone for using a friend or neighbor, but if it's not their main profession, they may have difficulties providing the care you expect for your pet. Another option is to use an app sitter, such as WAG or Rover. Full disclosure, again, I'm not here to bash any option you choose for your pet, but I am here to inform you the best I can. I also want to tell you I am listed as a pet sitter on Rover. In my bio on that app, I do state I own my own professional pet sitting business and list all my training and certifications. I want to tell you that because on those apps, you can find some great, wonderful, caring sitters. So, here's how WAG and Rover work. The apps connect dog owners with individuals who are paid to either walk or board your dog. Both WAG and Rover say their contracted workers, or ICs as we call them in the industry, go through an extensive vetting process. Well, that's sort of true. They do have a very general background check that's done when the person first signs up to be a sitter, but that's about it. Both WAG and Rover have an instructional video for those who sign up as sitters on how to care for clients. It's very general, and while they do have some great points, it is far from training someone who may or may not have had any experience caring for pets. With these app sitters, it's also really on you as the client to vet your sitter. Vet your sitter. One more time for those in the back, vet your sitter. I will say this again and again. And like I said before, there are some great, wonderful, caring people on these apps. But if you just look at their profile and don't interview them, can you really be sure they're the best fit for your pet and your pet's needs? WAG has been labeled the Uber for pets, and it's just that. They don't guarantee you'll get the same sitter each day. It's really about who's available, who accepts your job. But honestly, after my research, it's up to the algorithm on the app who is going to be seeing your dog that day. With WAG, you really don't have the ability to meet the sitter prior to service, and this works for some people, and I see people walking dogs with WAG shirts on all the time. But at least for me, before I leave my pets in someone's care, I really want to make sure they're the best fits for my pets. With Rover, there is a little bit more of an opportunity to meet your sitter before the service, request the same sitter, set up continued or recurring services. And I understand there is a big convenience while using these apps. You can easily request visits, and usually they're accepted quickly. But did you know most professional pet sitters also have apps or online portals to easily request visits, receive updates, and communicate needs and changes with your sitter? For example, my company uses software that gives our clients all the conveniences of the apps such as WAG or Rover, but you get a professional pet sitter. Leaving your pet and your home in the hands of someone who is less than reliable could not only be dangerous for your pet, but it can leave your home vulnerable to all sorts of accidents. I had a client tell me one time of how an app sitter gave their personal information out to someone else. They started receiving calls, texts, people showing up at their house. Just not a good route to go. I've also heard people tell me about how they had their neighbor set up to come watch their cat, and then last minute their neighbor decided to go away for the weekend, and the poor cat was left all alone. Or worse, I had a client who said they used an app sitter and the dog got loose. Everybody's worst nightmare. The client said the support from the app was less than helpful. Well, duh. They're a tech company, not a service. The sitter was never heard from again after this incident. Now, the client got their dog back safe and sound, but I tell you this in hopes it helps inform your decision for what would work best for you and your pet. I'm not saying a professional won't ever have a dog get loose, but they typically will do anything for their clients' pets, which means leading a search or calling in authorities to help find the missing pup, or better yet, be fully prepared in certain situations to where your pet won't get loose. So let's get into all the benefits for you and your pet when using a professional pet sitter. Professional pet sitters are just what the description implies, professional. A professional pet sitter does more than just feed your pet. They'll make sure your dog gets the exercise it needs, enrichment activities, and this is all done on a daily basis. They are also skilled to give your pet medications if the need arises and can ensure your pet remains on the diet you have set for them. And this is absolutely for the health and safety of your pet. Like I mentioned before, most professional pet sitters are members of a pet sitting organization. They may or may not be certified through these organizations. Now, not all professionals are certified, and that's okay. I will say I am certified through Pet Sitters International in the book and the test were long. I was tested on everything from marketing to intake forms, care of all sorts of animals, including livestock. These certifications are meant to be lengthy and in-depth. Pet sitting is so much more than just hanging out with dogs and cats all day. Professional pet sitters are trained and experienced with working with all types of pets and pet personalities. They are educated on how to spot and avoid potentially dangerous situations and can think quickly and effectively when needed. For example, a loose dog is running at you while you're out walking your dog. What do? Most professionals carry tools such as air horns, pepper spray, or even something as simple as an umbrella or a sweatshirt to help control what could become a dangerous situation. Professional pet sitters typically have a business or work as an independent contractor for a business. They are typically personally insured and bonded and should be able to provide that information to clients as necessary. Professional pet sitters can tailor services to you and your pet's needs, especially since each pet home is unique. Plus, it is proven that pets are happier and calmer when left in their own environments as opposed to boarding. Professionals like myself and my staff make sure to follow clients' specific home and pet care instructions to a T. Now, there is a convenience and safety that comes along with using a professional. The convenience is your pet will typically see the same sitter or few sitters, and both the sitter and your pet can really start to develop a good relationship. And just like people, pets can get lonely. And with a good pet sitter, they are actually paying close attention to your pet since that's what they're paid for. And hopefully you return home to a safe, calm, and happy pet. Professional pet sitters do much more than just see your pets while you're away on vacation. They may also offer midday dog walks or drop-in visits. These services are wonderful for pets whose parents may work long hours. Some pets do not handle being alone for too long, so if you work a demanding job that keeps you away for long blocks of time, a professional can ensure your pet gets the exercise and attention they need. Now, this is not just for dog owners. We have cat clients who work long hours and their cats get lonely too. So we go in, and give the cat some nice enrichment, play a little bit, any grooming that may need to be done. So pet sitters on a daily basis can really help either dogs or cats or any type of pet you may have. Professional pet sitters adhere to schedules on a daily basis, meaning your pet will receive care at the same time of day and visits will be appropriately spaced as needed. Also, since this tends to be their full-time job, they can be relied on to fulfill all of your care requests on time, each and every time. Finally, a professional pet sitter can bring you so much peace of mind while you're away. You don't want to have to worry about the safety of your home, and a pet sitter will collect the mail, water plants, bring in packages, rotate lights, blinds, curtains, and most importantly, make your home look like it's lived in from the street. Best part, most of these services come at no additional cost to you. Bonus! 2 great places to find professional pet sitters would be the Pet Sitters International locator, which can be found at www.petsit.com, or the National Association of Professional Pet Sitters locator, which can be found at www.petsitters.org. I mentioned both of these just like vetting your sitter is important, you also have to make sure you're finding a company from a reputable source. There are tons of databases out there of pet sitting companies, but I will say the ones you will find on the locators mentioned are reputable. You can check out our show notes for links to both the Pet Sitters International and the National Association of Professional Pet Sitters locator pages. Thank you, and I hope you really enjoyed listening to our first episode. If you have any questions, comments, please email us at podcast@petpawcast.com or leave a message in the comment section of the podcast. One more thing before we go, I just want to take a moment to give it a shout out to one of my wonderful friends, Beth LaHaye. She did an amazing job creating our logo. I came to her with no idea of what I wanted and was thrilled on the first email she sent me back with this adorable logo. And I just want to thank her so much. And I'm so excited that you get to see some of her artwork as well. Well, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Pet Pawcast. Please subscribe and leave a review wherever you listen. This helps us reach pet parents and pet lovers such as yourself. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at Pet Pawcast. If you have any questions you'd like answered or ideas for topics you'd like to hear about, send us a message through social media or send an email to podcast@petpawcast.com. See you next time.